Hi, parents. Welcome to another edition of How Do I Do That? So the fourth graders have started a brand new skill this week, and it is two-digit by two-digit multiplication. Now, this is a brand new skill, something they have never seen before. So as expected, they are approaching it very slowly, and I do believe they need a little bit more practice in it. So I'm going to push back the quiz that they were supposed to have tomorrow until I feel like they're comfortable. But in the meantime, I have sent home a few problems for homework, and I would love for them to practice it and see how they feel with it, and for you to also be able to help them if they need help. So I'm going to explain to you the two models that we are using in class. Now, there are three models, but they pretty much said they didn't like the area model for two-digit by two-digit, so we're just going to stick to the two methods. So you're going to hear these come up from time to time, maybe even tonight when you do their homework with them. So I just want you to be able to understand what they're doing, so if they get really stuck, that you can help them out. Now, the first one I'm going to start with is probably one that we are all familiar with. It is the traditional method, but I've added on something extra to it just to help them remember what they're doing. So we call this the turtle method. So the reason we call this the turtle method is because this problem on our left is 49 times 19. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw. Oh, I apologize. That's not what I meant to do. Hold on, let me erase that. Sorry. Let me get my pencil out. You are going to draw what kind of looks like a turtle head around the top two numbers and the bottom number. Now, I do apologize for my writing and my drawing. It's not the neatest. It's hard to do it on my laptop, but I think you get the idea. And some kids also said it looked like a dinosaur, so maybe they call it the dinosaur method, but this is basically what it is. So it basically breaks the problem into two steps for them so they don't get confused with which numbers they're supposed to be using. So in the first step, we're going to use 49 times 9. And we've already gone over when you have a problem that looks like this, you multiply up and then over. So we'll do the up first. So 9 times 9 is 81. So you're going to put the 1 at the bottom. And as I like to say, you give the turtle some hair up here. And that gets added in after we do our next multiplication, which is 4 times 9, which is 36, and then add 8 more, which is 44. So we're going to do a 4 and a 4 here. Okay, now what they're supposed to do next is what we like to say is we're going to give the turtle a collar, which is really just crossing out the 9 so they remember not to use it again. We also cross out the 8 so they don't get confused and use that as well. The other step they have to do is called dropping the egg. Basically, it's the placeholder 0. And I do use the word placeholder for them, but also dropping the egg. It's just a fun way to remember it. And we put the 0 there so that our next answer starts in the tens column because we're working with the 10 digit here. So for this one, I say I feed the turtle. So I do 1 times 9 and then 1 times 4. 1 times 9, of course, is 9. Okay, so we're going to put a 9 here. Again, very sorry for my sloppiness. And then 1 times 4, and the 4 goes here. Okay, and then these two numbers, we're going to add these together. Okay, and then we'll get our final answer. So 1 plus 0 is 1. 4 plus 9 is 13. So you write the 3 down here, and then the 1 up here. And then, of course, 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. So here is our final answer for the standard / turtle method, 931. Now, the second method that we've also been learning is called a lattice. So a lattice is a box that's broken up into pieces, and you do your multiplication and then you also do your adding just like the traditional one, but it just looks a little bit different, and some kids love it, some kids don't. Again, I say use the method that works best for you. As long as you're getting the answers, that's okay with me. I'm gonna make this just a little bit bigger so I have room to write there. Okay. So since this is a 2-digit by 2-digit problem, you need one big square broken into 4 boxes. Now, each of the box you're going to divide in half like this. And while I'm doing this, I should also explain that I did send home a worksheet with the students that already have the lattices drawn, so you don't have to worry about drawing it, but this is the way you would do it, okay? So on top here, you're gonna write one of the numbers. It really doesn't matter which one you write, but I usually do the top one on top. So 49 right here. And then I like to put a little time symbol here so I remember that I'm timesing. And then along the side, I'm going to write a 1 and a 9 for 19. Now, all you have to do is times the digits in each box. So for instance, this top right box, I'm going to times 9 times 1. Now, if the digit is only a single, excuse me, if the answer is only a single digit, then you put a 0 on top and a 9 on bottom. Okay. Now we'll do this bottom right box. So we're going to do 9 times 9. 9 times 9 is 81. So I'm going to put an 8 on the top and a 1 on the bottom. Now we'll move over to the left side. We're going to do 4 times 1 first. 4 times 1 is obviously 4. So we're going to put a 0 and a 4. And then we're going to do 4 times 9 to finish it up, which is 36. So here we go, 36. Okay. Now, the way I explained it to the students is everything that's right here, this section here, this is your ones column, okay? Everything that's right here in this section is your tens column. This is your hundreds column. And if you had anything up here, this would be your thousands column. So what we're doing with all these numbers in these columns, these diagonal columns, is we're just adding them together. Now in our ones column, there's only ever going to be one number. So whatever number is right here, you also write down here. That's your ones number. Now these 3 numbers we need to add together. So 9 plus 8 is 17, plus 6 more is 23. So we're going to write a 3 here. Now we can't write the 2 there because you can only put 1 digit in each column. So the 2 goes up top here. Okay, and that's going to get added with these numbers. So we'll do 2 plus 4 plus 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 more is 9. So we're going to write the 9 here. And again, we don't have anything in our thousands, so you can put a 0 or you can just leave it blank, whatever you prefer. And so the answer, again, is 931. Okay, so both of our answers match. So that's basically how you do it. Once the students get in a good rhythm, they really enjoy the lattice. In fact, all my 5th graders are currently using the lattice, even though I taught them both ways. They just prefer it. They feel like it's faster once they really know how to draw the lattice and get it out of the way and just put the numbers in, because it doesn't look as challenging because you're only doing 1 digit by 1 digit multiplication instead of doing a big number times another big number. So they just really prefer the lattice. But again, if your child isn't getting the lattice and they are having more success on the traditional / turtle method, they can use that too. Like I said, I do not care which way they use, as long as they feel comfortable with it and really think they have a good grasp on it. But I will continue teaching both ways so that no student feels left behind, that they get both ways. And that's really it. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. There is plenty of videos on YouTube about how to do the lattice if this didn't help enough, but hopefully it did. And feel free to check those out. Feel free to show them to your student if they need to. But again, I just want to see how they do tonight. If they're really, really struggling, please reach out to me and let me know, because I need to know that, because I need to know how much I need to recover in tomorrow's lesson. And of course, we will go over homework and see how they did on that too. So that's it for me. Like I said, if you have any questions, reach out, and I hope everyone has a great night. And I hope you had a good weekend. Have a good night, everybody.